So, I don't know how you're all faring through this lunar eclipse full moon energy, but I sure have been through it. I had one night where I was flipping and flopping all night in the bed, and yeah, not good sleeping, all kinds of symptoms, dizzy, headaches, you name it, here we go again, right? So, I was meditating this morning before work, and I'm in the middle of a fast. I'm on day 3, and I was getting really crazy stuff this time. And this one's going to be a little out there, just so you guys know. So, for those of you that are in the spiritual world that understand this might make sense to you. So, we are in the photon belt, right? And we are like right here, right before the cusp of the new birthing of the new golden earth. And so, for those that understand that we are a fragment of our soul having this experience in this lifetime, um, we talk about past lives. Well, we have parallel lives where there's like I've seen 13 other versions of me living out other experiences, and that's hard for people to grasp. It's hard for me to grasp sometimes, but it's really happening. And so they showed me that if I'm here in like right now ready for the golden earth to be birthed, and I'm here to help humanity, myself, all the things go into the new golden age. And yet I've seen myself in other parallel lives where I had to leave earth and go to another planet, or leave a planet to go to another planet, because we actually blew ourselves up. So it's quite interesting to watch all this unfold, but it's exciting because I know that in this aspect of my or perspective of myself, I'm watching this unfold, and it's an exciting time. Which I know for some people they're terrified, right? And I get that, I understand that, but I really, you guys, if I wasn't getting good stuff, I would give it to you. I would so give it to you. I'm not lying. But I was asking about, the world, the universe, whatever, and humanity, and they took me back to the Sufi, and they said Topanga, and the Mayan rituals, and how it was very barbaric back then, or in that aspect, right, of how they did things. But they said, you guys need to come together, compassion, kindness, and just kind of evolve together. And they were showing me the Sufis and the Mayans. I was standing in like this sundial, if you will. Like I was standing in the middle of it, and it was all around me. And how the concept of time and how it loops around like the photon belt. And I just found that completely fascinating to be able to witness it that way. And then they were saying how, the Sufis and the Mayans and Peruvians, the Incas, the way that they did things was by fasting, and sacrificing, but don't go that far. Like they did very barbaric sacrificing. If you've ever investigated, I won't talk about it because it's icky, but that's why they always tell me to bless my food before I eat it, consume it. And they're saying our food, especially the meat, you know, sacrificing or slaughtering, if you will, the icky word of it, when a beef cattle comes in, they're not being treated humanely in any way, form. Now, I grew up and live in an environment where I can get eggs from a farm, and I know who my farmer is, right? But there's a lot of people that can't, and I mean, it's hard to get meat. I mean, unless you go to a meat locker plant, you have to go to the store and get it. So, on top of the fact that our food is being poisoned with chemicals and being packaged in chemicals, it's also the fact that they're not being raised in a loving way. They're being sacrificed in a not good way. So, we consume that, and then the energy is in our body. So, being very mindful about what you're putting in your vessel. So that's why they have me continuing to do this fasting, which is really difficult, but I'm doing it because I know it's better for me, and it gives me more of a light body, and to be able to connect to all that is Christ consciousness, God, whatever you people decide to call it, because I call it Papa or God, but call it whatever you want as long as it comes from love and light. So just know that this will continue to evolve, but you can make it harder on yourself by not eating or selecting things that are healthy. And that's why, our government, why I'm not going to go too deep into that because it might get cut out or not put on. But that's why things are evolving the way they are. It's change, and I know it's hard for some people, but it has to happen for us to get to the golden age. And when I just drew a bunch of cards, I just started, shuffling and whatever came out. So I'll just do this one quick. The very first card that came out was Path, the Hierophant, loyalty, kindness, and guidance, which is exactly where we are. That's what we need to do. We need to find our inner strength and a higher power, God, whatever you believe in, to do that. And then also the second card out was Path, the World, Universe, independence, facing fears, and self-discipline. Now, I don't pick these cards. They come out. So this is face your fears, independence, self-discipline. That's what we need to do. And then in the end, the last card was beauty, balance, sacrifice, and joy. I mean, this is the golden earth, you guys. Every time I do a reading for this I get all these great cards. I don't know. I'm not making this up. I would tell you if I was getting something not good. I would tell you, I promise. But this is what I keep getting. So I hope you find this helpful, knowing that all the things that are happening for us, not to us. Grab each other by the hand. Be mindful about what you're eating. Try to get out in Mother Earth. Our ancestors, whether it's parallel past, whatever, they were out there chanting, doing poetry. They would say certain specific words. They would dance, move their body, connect to the earth, and do this all underneath the sun and the moon and the stars. So if we've learned anything from our past, this is it, guys. This is what they're telling me. Our ancestors did this. We probably did this or are doing it on a parallel, whatever. And this is what we need to do to continue to go forward. So I hope you find this helpful.